so today we're going to do some math in the morning, which is very different than what you guys normally do. But we're going to do some. So today we are going to talk about multiplying mixed numbers. Now raise your hand if you know what a mixed number is. Okay, raise your hand if you know what an improper fraction is. Okay, so we are going to work with both of those today, and we're going to talk specifically about mixed numbers. So, to review what a mixed number is, a mixed number has two parts, right? It has a whole number in it, and then it has a fractional part, right? So, this is what a mixed number would look like, correct? Thumbs up? Good. Okay, an improper fraction is a little different. We have a number on top and a number on the bottom. The number on the top is always bigger than the number on the bottom, right? So that is how we tell the difference between the two. Okay, so today we are going to learn how to multiply the two together. So, but there's some certain rules that we have to know about multiplying things. So I made a chart. There are 5 specific steps to multiplying mixed numbers. So we're going to practice them. I'm going to show you some first, and then you're going to get a chance to do it, okay? So the first step that we have to do, here's the first problem. 5 2/3 times, and we're going to try it, first we're going to multiply it by just a fraction. So we're going to start with 1/4, okay? So looking at this, it's kind of crazy. There's different denominators, we just don't know what to do. So the first thing that we have to do is make them both fractions. So we're going to start with the mixed number. Can you guys see? Okay. So we're going to change the mixed number to an improper fraction. First step, okay? So how do we do that? Have you guys done that before? Yes. Okay, so where do we start? At the bottom, correct? Okay, so we're going to do 3 times 5 is 15. What do we do with the 2? We add it, right? We add, so we have 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2. So we get 17, and then what's the denominator? How do we know what the denominator is for improper fraction? We use the same one. This one, it doesn't like to change. The denominator always likes to stay the same, so we keep it there. Okay? So it's 17 over 3. And then, so now we have both. So let's see, what does it say? Simplify. We can't simplify it, so we know we have to keep it the same. Okay, the third step, multiply the numerators, then the denominators. So where are the numerators? At the top. Good. So we're going to start with 17 times 1, which is 17. And then we have 3 times 4. What's 3 times 4? Y'all put this away. 12. Good. Okay, is this a regular fraction or an improper fraction? Okay, so normally we don't leave our answer in an improper fraction. So what does step 4 say on the board? Somebody raise their hand and read that for me. Alexis, can you read that for me?
It says put improper fraction back as a mixed number.
Good. So we have the improper fraction here. We have to put it back as a mixed number. Have you guys practiced that? Have you learned that?
No.
Okay, so how many times does 12 go into 17? 1 time. So that's our whole number right there. Now how many is left over? 5. Good. 5 is left over. Now what do we know about denominators? It stays the same. Good. So it's 1 and 5 twelfths. That makes sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to try another one. This time, we're going to multiply by whole numbers. So we have 9 and 5/8 times, we're going to multiply it by 3. Okay, so we already know, what do we have to do for this? Okay, what's step number 1? We change from a mixed number to an improper fraction. Good. Okay, so where do we start? Somebody over here tell me where we start.
8 times 9.
We're 8 times 9. Good. Raise your hand. 8 times 9. What's 8 times 9?
72.
Okay, plus 5. Raise your hand. Tell me. Raise your hand. 77. So where does that go? On the top or the bottom of the fraction? Top. 77. Okay, so what is the denominator in this one? What do we know about
It
denominator?
stays the same.
It stays the same. Great. Great. Okay, now we have a whole number. What do we do with a whole number? We have to multiply it by a whole number. What do we do with that? Anybody know? Do you have an idea? We have to make it into a fraction. So what we do is we put 3 over 1. 3 over 1 is equal to a whole number. So 3 over 1 is the fraction that we're going to make. So every time you see a whole number like this, you'll put it over 1 and it's the same thing. That's how we make it into a fraction. Okay, so now what's the next step? Number 3.
Multiply number.
Hold on, raise your hand, Nicholas, what's the next step? Okay, so what are the numerators in this one? Okay, so multiply those. You can use your calculator if you don't know it. 231. Awesome. Okay, what about the denominators? Well, what do we do with those? Multiply them. Okay, Daniel, what is 8 times 1? 8. Good. Okay, now what's the next step?
Check your work.
Nope.
You got
Put it back in the mixed number.
Hold on. Put the improper fraction back as a mixed number. So this is where you might use a calculator if you can't think quick. 8 into 231. How many times does it go into 231? Raise your hand when you know the answer. So what you'll do is you'll divide 231 by 8. See how many times it goes into it.
35.
Nope, not 35. No, did you use your calculator? 231 divided by 8? I think it's 28. 28. Good. 28. But we have some left over, right? How much do you have left over?
So it'd be 28 over 1. No.
This is our whole number.
Oh, the bottom.
How much is left over? 7. There's 7 left over. 7, and then what about the denominator? What do we do with that?
Stays the same.
It stays the same, so it'll be 8. Good. Okay, now I want a few of you guys to come up here. So, for the first one, we are going to do 2 3/5. And times 5.5. Okay, who would like to come up and do the first step, which is change the mixed number to an improper fraction? Daniel, come on up. Okay, so what we're going to have to do, he's going to do the first step for us, just the first step. Talk it out so that we know what you're doing. Okay, awesome. Okay, what about the next one? We got to change that one too, right?
2 times 5 plus 1 is 11. And the denominator stays the same.
Great, awesome. I'll take the marker. Okay, now step 2. Do we have to simplify either of those? Nope, we don't. So we're going to go to step 3. Multiply the numerators and the denominators. Who would like to multiply the numerators? Nicholas. Nicholas went to. Just the numerators. It's on the top. 13 times 11. You need a calculator for you. Or you can write it. That's good too. It's even better. Awesome. 143 is what we got. Okay, who would like to multiply the denominators together?